Hey friends, welcome back to my channel Prav's Code AI. So today we are going to build a very simple application on Android Studio, that is a tap application where we will just tap on the button and it will count the number of taps. So without further ado, let's get started. So we have this Android Studio open. Let me first walk you through the application itself, how it is going to be. So this is a very simple interface where you will display the tap results over here and you will click on this button over here. So this way what will happen, whenever you click on the or tap on the button, the taps will get counted over here. So let's get started. Let's start our application. So I have opened Android Studio. You open your Android Studio and click on the new project. Click on empty view activity, and then click on here. We will name this application as my tap application. Again, this is the name of the application. This is the package name which can be used if you really want to publish your app on Google Play Store. While here, this is your save location. I have already chosen the language as Java, and then minimum SDK is the default SDK that we have, and then we have the build configuration over here, which is default. So let's click on finish and let the application starter code get ready over here. So as you can see, the application starter code is getting ready. Once the application starter code gets ready, we will be able to write code. Also, again, in the meanwhile, if you have not attached your physical device to see the result, you can actually go on this file menu, then click on settings, then go to tools, and then if you go to this device mirroring over here, and you have to select all these three, and then you click on OK, and the moment you do that, your Android application will get mirrored on your Android Studio, and this is how it will look. So this is a physical device. Actually, this is my physical device which I have attached. So let's wait. The starter code actually takes some time to get to basically start. So we will have. So here for the display of tabs, we will use text view, and for the button, we will obviously use button, and this whole thing will call as one activity. So that is the main thing, because in Android, every screen is an activity. So in one activity, you can have multiple components, and each component can talk to each other, but you have to. Okay, so now our code is the starter code is ready. So on the left hand side, let me just give you a walkthrough of the Android Studio if you haven't. So on the top is this menu. On the left hand side, you will find this as a project explorer. Here, if we click on activity main, then this is the palette where you will find all kinds of UI elements like text, buttons, widgets, layouts, containers, etc. Here you will find the component tree in the main activity file. You can basically select the main element, and then there are sub elements on it, and then you can actually place it on the interface itself. So this is basically the interface, you can see. So for the widget, we already have this hello world text view, and you can see this is the text view over here. We will name it as txt tap display and enter. So now the name of the the name of the text view is changed. Now we can just make it a little bit bigger. Let's. Okay, so now we have the text. The text is now in the center, but we want this text to come exactly in the center over here. So how will we do that? We will actually go to, first we'll check the text alignment, which is already center. So now we will go to text gravity and click here and click on the center and click on this. So now we have exactly in the center. The text is exactly placed in the center. Let's do the color part also. So let's change the color. And for the text, so we have got this text color into the, we have changed the text color to black and the background to distant green. Now let's place the button over here. Now we put the button over here. We need to make the button a little big so that people can easily, means you can easily tap on it. Let's make it a little round so it will look good. Yes, I think this looks better. Now we will just attach all the constraints. Which we can actually put over here. So the button is now connected. Now we will have to name this button. So we'll name this button as BTN tap. And click on the fact. So now the button is here for you to tap. We will put one more button to basically do a reset. Sorry, we will put a button, BTN reset. Change the name of the button, reset counter. Basically, now reset the counter. Let's add the so now this is almost ready. This UI is almost ready. We can basically change the color also of the button. Sorry, this is not the one. This is the one. So that's the reset counter, that's the button, that's the hello world. Here we will change the hello world to zero. We can put new line here. It says zero taps. So now it says zero taps. We have a button, we have a reset counter. Now let's start on the main activity file. The main activity file, we will first declare the variables. So we will say text view, and then we will get the text view over here, which is txt tab display. Just fix it here. Then we have buttons. Button we have got btn tab. Btn tab. And then the other one is btn reset. So now we have done the declaration part. Declaration. Of variables. Now here we go down here, and now here we will start connecting the variables with the UI. So we'll say txt display is equal to find by id r dot id dot txt tab display. Then we have got btn tab is equal to find r dot id dot btn tab. Then we have got btn reset is equal to find r dot id dot btn reset. Now here we have connected the variables with UI element in simple terms. Now we are ready, but the app will not work because we really need to create the function or the action on the button. So for the this is the button on which the action has to be created. So we'll type btn tab dot set on click listener new div on click listener, and this is the function that is created. Now let me show you. If we do int tab is equal to 0, and for each tab we can also tab is equal to 0, and for each tab we can say tab is equal to tab plus 1, which will increment every time you click on this button. And once that is done, you have to update it. So we'll say txt display dot set text, and then we can just type tab over here, and that's it. So now let's see, what do you think? That is it going to work? Let's see. So currently it is building the app for running on the devices. Now it is going to launch on the device. So it has already installed. So let's see. So now this is 0 tabs, and this is the button. Let's see, what do you think? So we click on button and it says 1. and nothing is happening. Why? Because every time when you click on this button, the function again runs and the tap again resets to 0. Then again tap is equal to tap plus 1 becomes 1, and then it sets the tap to 1. So it's not working. So what we have to do is basically we have to take this out. We can basically declare it over here. So it will become available for every function. And we save. And now let's restart. So now we have declared that variable over here and we are incrementing it over here and we are setting it over here. So let's see what will happen. So we will click on tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and excellent. This is now the way we want. This is basically happening the way we want. So we click on the button and it is getting incremented every time. Let's change the name of this button, which I actually forgot. So, and then we also need to write taps over here. So what we will do is we will say plus /n like this. We run, and in this we will change the name of this button as tap. Now rerun it. So now the application is getting rerun now. So this is 0 taps initially. We click on tap me, 1 tap, 2, 3, 4, and it will keep on incrementing. So this is how it is done. Now we have to also implement the reset counter. Let's do that. Let's implement the reset counter over here. So we will similarly we will write btn reset dot set on click listener new view on click listener, and here what we'll have to do is we'll have to type tap, we have to set it to 0. Then on the txt display dot set text again we have to write 0. That. And that's it. So let's now check the final app. So here it says tap me. This is the display. This is the reset. So we'll start tapping on it. So we'll say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not. It is capturing the taps. Now we click on the reset counter and it resets to 0. And then again we click on tap and reset counter. So congrats, now you have created a very simple tap app. So thanks a lot. And if you find my tutorials and courses useful, please do subscribe and like.